Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my tiny tropical garden in bloom in the middle of August. Let me show you around. The passion flower keeps pushing out the most exotic looking flowers, and the pollinators are loving it as it scrambles up the wall. Finally, my cannas have grown enough to bloom, and they're putting out these magnificent wafty red orange flower spikes. And its colours sit so perfectly beside this dahlia, Bishop of Landa, with its intense red petals that contrast incredibly against its dark leaves. And the dark foliage of this dahlia just helps all of the plants around it to pop, including the amaranthus, Love Lies Bleeding, with these magnificent panicles of flowers just drooping and wafting around in the wind. They're great. And the penstemon dark towers has been great for a succession of flowers with this light dusky pink colour. And a real star of the garden at the moment is this Alchemilla and its cultivar, Indian Summers, with great exotic colours just thrown around in speckles and streaks in the blooms. It really does stand out. Even the dark burgundy flower buds pair up nicely against the red foliage in a tropical garden. And the repeat flowering Rosa Aloha is putting on more blooms, but this time each a different colour, almost picking out the colours of the sunset every evening. It really is a nice rose for an exotic and tropical garden. And I never thought I'd say that about a rose. And the continual blooms of our clematis brighten up the shrubbery as it scrambles up through this laurel. And more true exotic plants like this ginger have started to produce their blooms. This one is greeny eye with great orange blooms held above spikes of leaves with a coppery bronze underside. And our Canary Island foxglove opens bloom upon bloom as it works its way up the spike. This has been great in the middle of the border. And above it all are the swaying blooms of our Verbena bonariensis, which just acts like a flag to pollinators, bringing them into the garden. As will the blooms of this fuchsia, which is currently flowering away at the back of the border, with not yet enough height to attract the pollinators en masse. By night, however, our Nicotiana flowers are bringing in the moths, which is great to see, and I've noticed a few caterpillars crawling around the garden. And the Rudbeckia is slowly but surely putting out blooms at the top of the stream that really do glow in this shady light and look great against the delicate foliage of the ferns. Our Salvia amistad flowers away and puts on so much growth, almost as if to promise a brilliant show next summer. And how exotic are these eucomis, or pineapple lilies? Our Nicotiana sylvestris hasn't quite bloomed yet, alongside a few other plants in the tiny tropical garden aren't quite there for blooming, including this crackerjack marigold, which looks as though it's about to be flushed with orange. And this Solanum lacinatum, or kangaroo apple, is budding up, but I don't mind, the foliage looks great on its own. Even our new Albizia tree is getting in on the act, with its silky pink blooms starting to open, and counting the buds on the tree, it's sure to put on a good show soon. There are plenty of exotic blooms in the tiny tropical garden for midsummer. But there's more to come, so hit subscribe if you want an update for the late summer colour, including more of our gingers and the Albizia tree when it's in full bloom. Be sure to check out the website for information, ideas and inspiration on tropical and exotic gardening, and hit subscribe if you like this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.